Welcome, anime lady fans and Black Clover fans here. We're here to do a chapter 269. Myself, LegendDVash, and I'm here with the king of games, RayApollo, and we're here for another review of Black Clover. Don't forget to comment down below your thoughts about this chapter, like the video, subscribe if it's the first time here, or if you're old. Thank you guys for watching, and press the button notification until we upload a video. So let's jump straight to it for chapter 269. The one who can't use magic but could kick ass with agility and no sword skills. Right, Ray?
Yeah, I mean, with his skills that he's, kind of gained over time, which we've seen, and they reminded us that, yeah, he's trained and done a lot of work since he started. So, yeah, Asta's a pretty skilled combatant, straight up.
Before, when people used to say that he's a swordsman or anything, I never said no. I just said that he's not the swordsman compared to Zoro, Ichigo, or other swordsmen that has higher class.
I mean, I would say that this chapter confirms that he is.
Thank you. I was leading to that this chapter really confirms that he has been training. He has watched other swordsmen. He has fought other swordsmen for that reason.
I mean, he's trained with other swordsmen. And I mean, yeah, his primary usage, it wasn't just the anti-magic. It was also the weapons. He got good with those weapons,
Yeah, and Ray, speaking about anti-magic that you brought up, would you want to say something to the audience that right now is listening?
Listen, y'all. Oh, it's like, the anti-magic's not magic. Well, okay, so what we're going to confirm is that anti-magic is a power in this universe since it's not a magic. So it's like, what? Like, we're just going to call it an ability, a skill, a trait. That's what we're gonna call anti-magic now. It's not a magic, but it's an anti. It's just a thing that somebody can do. It's a skill. It's a birth trait.
Well, not birth trait because
I know. Well, I mean, technically, his mom. Well, mom. Was
mom figure.
Yeah, that was basically what she could do. To an extent, was she would suck magic, which was essentially anti-magic in a way. So
yeah, because here in page 9 he literally said that he was here in this empty space floating inside the Grimoire, and then one day he manifested in his magicless body what anti-magic, the power to cancel out magic. So it's not exactly magic, but it's a form of magic, like
right. So I'm like, it's really difficult to because you guys are real adamant. It's not magic. He even says that it's not magic, but for him to just manifest it seems pretty magical to me. But so what I think I'm going to settle on is that it is just literally a power, and we're just going to call it an ability, like ki. Is just an ability or a skill that he has.
At the same time, people have to understand, for our boy Tabata to say back then in interviews or announce it that's not magic or anything, these type of chapters has not come out yet. He probably already brainstormed it years before or whatever it may be. He's not gonna say this and that magic because he probably has a plan for it already. So maybe he had to lie to people because hope people know mangaka has to lie to the audience sometimes. So before they reveal something, One Piece has done it, and the other mangaka has done it. So probably he has to say that's not magic or form of magic. So this chapter came out and is, like Ray has said, it's an ability, a style, a trait of magic, a skill.
So yeah, I thought that was really interesting that in this chapter that was what was said, because I'm like, I don't know, to me that seems like a magic to me, but hey, nope, I concede that we're just gonna say it's a power for now in this universe. So I don't know, it's just interesting.
So speaking about power, I love how in the beginning of the chapter Asta senses the anger, senses the hatred that he has about our boy Lebi, and then in the next double spread, page 4 and 5, he literally grabs Ares' sword, the demon destroyer, I forgot the third one, and then he goes about grab the katana of Yami. I was like, yo, there's a fourth one missing, and then he grabs the fourth one, and then Asta grabs it. He's like, nope, you can't take that because that one is
this one's mine. Yeah,
like that one is my memento. Yep. So I love that, and it gives him a sword to use against these three, and I give props to Asta because it shows that all that training he has done since chapter 1, all these years, even before he became a Magic Knight, even before he got his Grimoire, he's been training for a reason, and he knew that, hey, even though I have no magic, just like Rock Lee, even though I have no chakra, I'm gonna be skillful, I'm gonna have great agility, I'm gonna have great chest, great biceps, move fast and everything. And Asta's that person. He got all his swords taken away No Grimoire to use. So you know what? Use the power that he has himself. Is his power to have agility, run fast, and everything, and his skill to have power. Right, Ray?
Yes, but then we also, because you mentioned this before we got started. The devil yells out, "That's not gonna work against a high-ranking devil's magic." Okay. I'm not gonna go into that. I'm not gonna look too, deep into that. He might just be talking out of like, anger and sadness. Who knows? He could have misspoke.
But hold up, but we cannot go too deep in that. But other people could go deep in that and go in the comment or make a whole theory video saying that anti-magic is not magic. But then once the guy is saying that he's using magic with this and literally slamming down Asta and everything, a high ranking devil magic, but we can't. What? Pause. What?
It's just I don't know everything about this. I'm not writing it, but I as a reader, I like to be able to read into context sometimes, but I'm wrong, so don't worry, don't worry about that. It's all good. But this was a really good chapter. I really like this because it characterizes Asta more without the use of the devil, which is great because remember how before we'd always be like, oh yeah, Asta's gonna come in with anti-magic and win and save the day, but we also now know that Asta's just powerful on his own, which is great.
And I love the homage that he did with the characters with Lich, Yami, Mars, the guy from the Water Temple arc that he does with the sword. I forgot his name. And the guy from the light novel from also from the Diamond Kingdom. And he also was in the canon filler for people that has not watched it. It's in the anime. I think it's right after the Forest arc. So I highly suggest for people to watch those. But this was a nice homage to see that. And also Knock was a commentary inside, in the background saying that he has watched all these type of people fight and everything. But most people would think that he's at a disadvantage since he lost his Grimoire, he lost his swords. But he has the best weapon of himself is himself as a trainer that has been going on all these years. I love how Knock acknowledged that.
He's turned himself into a top-notch warrior. Asta really has. Asta can hold his own, even without an arm. I think we need to remember that. He's missing an arm, which is still really impressive.
That is the icing on the cake. My dude's been fighting one arm.
He's put in the work, and you've seen the progression of the character, which I think was really nice for this chapter. We've seen his progression, not his possession, but also this shows his resolve, which is awesome. Asta as a character has grown a lot, and it makes me happy, honestly. So this is good. This is a really good chapter.
Yeah, it's like when people talk about what's better about character development or character progression, it depends on what you like and what you take. But I'm really enjoying Asta, of what Ray said. Asta progression has been amazing. That he has probably not developed a lot, but his progression as a character, his morals, he has these type of mentors that he has learned. Even though Lich was a bad guy for what it is, he learned from trying to fight him with those 8 chapters and whatever it is, all those 8 pages of how it went out. Those fights still meant a lot for him to fight and learn from these people, and that's what meant a lot.
It is, and I don't know, it seemed like those moments from Naruto where he's like, "Oh, these people are counting on me," but it was more concrete. All these people have trained and worked with me in this situation where he's learned from these people, and that was really cool. I like that. It wasn't just the power of friendship. It was no, I've actually fought these people, worked with these people, and trained with these people, and it shows this is my progression as a warrior. I like that.
But now I'm curious enough for next chapter, in chapter 270, what is our boy Libby resolve going to be now that he kind of lost to Asta, since he said there's no way I can lose it. I kept cursing him all this time. I did all this on my own. And then Asta was literally saying nah, I'm going to win. So now Libby and Asta have to work together, but now Libby has to change his resolve and see things in a new light, have to work with Asta and see how things will turn. So I'm curious to know how the dynamic and the chemistry is going to work together with both of them now, maybe on the same page or trying to find both on a common ground.
And I just had a thought about what Levi said to Asta when he said that's not going to work against a high-ranking devil's magic. Maybe he was just talking about in general other devils.
Oh, maybe he's saying your skill right now will not work on Dante or anybody else. So maybe that's what he's implying, not implying on himself, but implying hey, when you fight Zeno or Dante, or maybe the other devils that have high ranking.
Yeah,
You have to do
essentially,
more.
what he could be saying is that's not going to be enough to fight them, which is something that could also be being said. So, that's why I said I don't know everything about this, but I don't know. I like it. Yeah, without my power, these are just heavy chunks of scrap metal. And no matter how strong and tough your body is, you can't teleport, and iron won't shatter. That's not going to work against a high-ranking devil's magic. You can't win. But it also just sounds like he is also talking about himself. So
it kind of reminds me. Remember when our boy Ichigo was training to learn his Zanpatos and everything, but the guy was training him, but also fighting against him to get him stronger. So maybe that's what Libby is also doing with Asta. He knows that he might have to work with Asta, so he's also training him, but also fighting him.
Yes, that's how this is basically the resolve that's going to give him the power up that he needs. Because he's going to believe in himself more, so that makes him stronger. But then combined with the devil wanting to work with him, they'll be even more powerful. You know what I'm saying?
And then they have to learn together. Not that they learn about each other. Now, how can they improve on themselves as a duo, not just as a singularity, as a duality?
So no, that's why Black Clover's been great. Like it's the pacing is solid. In a way that it's like, no, I still like to see this, and I wanted to keep going. So I don't know. I've seen a lot of people complaining about it, but I'm like, actually, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, like I don't get mad about Tabata because he's doing the shonen trope, but he's doing it well.
The
He's
only
executing
thing
it.
that I did like legitimately didn't like was the elf thing. That was the only thing I didn't like.
Same here. Same here.
That was it. But everything else has been great.
Same here.
So,
like I've been enjoying it. These past couple of chapters about Libby, Asta, and everything. We've been wanting this for something almost 200 chapters. So like finally, so this is very useful to get finally see him and seeing that they're both just kids and both have their own ambition and their own resolve that they need to,
they have their goals that they want to accomplish. This guy wants to kill all the demons, and Asta wants to save Yami. So.
One wants to kill, and yo, I bet you Yami will like him. I bet you Yami will like Libby.
Potentially, yeah.
This would be pretty cool. If Yami could train with him, that would be pretty dope. That if they have the only.
I'm ready to see how Libby's going to manifest along with Asta, when the time comes, like when they're friends.
Imagine if it's like a stand.
That's what I'm thinking. Like they're going to be able to fight together potentially, which would be really cool. So. I don't know.
That'd be pretty interesting. So, cool thoughts. We talk about cool theories. I really like this chapter more. Talking about it with So, this was a lot of fun. So, Ray, any more thoughts?
No, I want to see the next chapter. Like, I want to see how this resolves itself because I feel like the next chapter's got to be the resolution of this fight. So, yeah, let's see what happens.
I totally agree. So, guys, let us know what you guys thought about it in the comment section below. Like the videos, guys. Appreciate to know that we entertain you. And if you're new or to channel, thank you guys for also subscribing. Press that red button and press that bell notification every time we upload the videos. And other than that, see you next one. 270.
Peace.